Hello guys and welcome back to Final Fantasy 3. We're up to part 11 and yeah, today we're going to be we've got a tough boss fight coming up. Not too much in terms of exploration, in terms of dungeons and stuff, but there will be a few optional towns we're going to check out. So for those who watched the Bestiary entry part of the video last part, you'll be familiar with this island we're going to. Where we found a few enemies about. Just make sure that I've not overshot it. Nope, just coming up to it. Awesome. And yeah, this is the, I don't think I explained last time, but this is the town of Duster. Now, after Godor's Manor, you should have 11 gold swords. Feel free to sell them if you need some money, but we should be alright. And yeah, this is a town of bards and geomancers. The Dalg continent is to the south of here. Its entrance is protected by a great wind that blows away anything that comes near. Geomancy is a very difficult art to master, but once you do, its effects can be devastating. Hello. Here we get a letter from Sid. I took Mrs. Sid to a village called Gargoyle on our first day. There isn't much to do there, but they sure can grow some great tasting veggies, and don't you tell me women aren't into it. Oh my. So there you go, you get a nice little insight into Sid's dating life. I heard that Saronia has the fastest airship known to man. In ancient times, man's greatest wonder was to harness light, but what a blunder. Its newfound induction led man to destruction, and mortals wound up 6 feet under, and yet with the world in distress for help from a world of darkness. The light they did track down, and thus brought the smackdown, was banishing man's foolishness. Okay, wonderful. Hello. Leviathan, the great shade of the lake, bides his time for a day he would break the chains over his darkness and then awake. Yeah, so giving a bit of an indication into some summons that may be able to uncover later on. Lord Bahamut, the greatest drake of all, awaits a champion before to fall, his power yours alone to call. I remember him. What a bar steward. You get a nice chocobo feet. Chocobo, yeah, hey. Wonderful. And next to him is some earthen drums. You might want to grab that. Again, there's not too much to... I'm searching for a sword called the Darkblade. It's no ordinary sword. Said to have been forged out of darkness itself. Yeah, there's not too much to do in this town, if I'm being honest. I spoke to them. We'll check out the stores in a sec. Geomancers harness the power of nature itself and use terrain to create magic-like effects in various attacks. Hello. Odin Supreme, the knight among knights, fearing his own power, he sealed his bite forever in slumber, waiting for the light. So yeah, those are the 3 summons that are sort of optional. Well, all of the summons are optional, but yeah, we actually get to fight them. This is the sound when you get items. Speaking of items, to his left is some earthen drums. If you zoomed in, it would have done the sparkle. Right, awesome. Let's see what we can grab here. So this guy sells a diamond bow for your geomancers. Lots of harps as well. Lots of harps as well for your bards if you've got any. If you do not. Not my favourite job class. I did try a bard out when I first played FF3, but again, you've got a guy vest and a bard vest. We'll get 2 feathered hats and we'll get 2 rune braces. That seems to make sense to me. Let's get them equipped on Ark and Refia respectively. Oopsie daisy. Sorry, I did that quick and in a bit of a weird order there. And let's see whether there's anything interesting going on at the inn. Not a lot. Again, just your usual items. points there. Rest up 320 gil. No. There isn't a cheaper place to rest up. I don't think we got into any battles either. It's just out of habit. But that price tag put me right off. Right, so our next destination is the summon town, Replito. Now, again, if you skip past the Bestiary part, do not fly over this castle area, just go around it. If you fly over the castle, that leads into the next story segment. You won't get our airship back. So, yeah, just be wary of that. But for our purposes, we're just heading here. Land. Okay. So, here we go. Sometimes I get a little bit lazy. Yeah, nothing new to encounter in terms of enemies, so don't worry about that. But yeah, this is Replito. There's quite a few items to collect here. Let's see if it works this time. Hiya! Oh no, Chocobo again. What am I doing wrong? Quack! So yeah, that poor summoner not having a good time with it. Didn't mean to see it again. I thought sometimes we might have a little extra to say, like, oh, I can't get this summon correct, but yeah, well. Oh, here we can actually buy our first summons. I'm not really using the summons too much, but I will purchase them all. So escape just summons a chocobo. You might want to grab that. If you do grab that, you will get my little Esper achievement. I also meant to mention last stream that after beating Garuda, I actually got the oh sorry, I will show off which ones we get. So Ison summons Shiva, Spark is Ramu, Hetra is Ether, and Hyper is Titan. Yeah, I actually got the achievement saving for a rainy day or something along that for getting 50,000 gil. Oh, no, not him again. Sorry about wasting your time like this, guys. So yeah, you don't have to purchase the summons. I figured we've got the cash and we will need them eventually, or we'll want to show them off. The great mage Snowa once lived on the Dalg continent, but he passed away long ago. Okay. Well, down here we see a Gulgun. I am a Gulgun. We have a power to glimpse into the future. Someone is calling for the darkness to overflow in this world. The same thing happened before, only with light in ancient times. Whoever is calling for the darkness does not seem to know one thing, that an artificial imbalance between the worlds of light and darkness will destroy them both. And yeah, to the left of him, get a nice little phoenix down. So yeah, it's quite interesting actually that they had the world of light. I'm just trying to find the Moogle somewhere about here. But yeah, there he is. There's no letters to get, but to his left there's a turtle shell. And if we go here, there's another turtle shell. A bit hidden in the woods here. For an elixir, that's by this tree specifically. And one of Noah's apprentices is said to guard the world of dream, sleeping an eternal sleep somewhere in the fjords to the south. And yeah, behind this place is a house. What's in this house? Well, go here, we get the elixir in a chest, so make sure to do that. And yeah, to the south, you see this little fella? This is just between you and me, but rumour has it that there's a hidden cave underneath the island shaped like a triangle. What's the big deal? Well, that cave is said to be filled with treasure. It's my kind of cave. Okay, let's go speak to everybody now that we've got all these treasure out of the way. I spoke to him. Entities called forth by summons are more powerful than ones called by evokers. Yeah, so evokers are your basic summoning class. It's said that the great mage Snowa was able to summon Leviathan and even Bahamut. There once was a great magus called Noah. He could not only use both white and black magic, but also summon magic. Summoning is the most powerful type of magic if you know when and where to use it. Leads to an exit. Yeah, so it's not too much we can do here, folks. Got the Moogle, of course. We're all good on mail. Guess we've got the end. I'm not going to speak to him again. Yeah, so some people do have some interesting things to say. According to legend, both Leviathan and Bahamut were sealed away by Great Noah himself. Right. Okay, sweet. Let's check the inn. And you can purchase softer shrooms if you want. That acts as like a teleport. But I think we are all good to go. So, just as a quick reminder, guys, at this point, if you haven't been to the, if you haven't got all the water enemies, get them now. Not going to be able to encounter them again. Specifically on this world, on the main world, you can encounter the sea dragon, which is sort of like the blue sea serpent. Just keep an eye out for that. But we're going to head to this castle area. And as I say, once you get over here, sort of locked in this area for a little bit. So you might want to create a separate save before coming into this bit as well. Whoa. Everyone alright? What happened? Obviously, a cannon shell disabled our engine, but I do not know why they would fire at us. The Enterprise is in pieces. What are we going to do now? This wind, it carries the sound and scent of war. Let's be on our guards. Right, so... why must we fight among ourselves? Why must we fight against friends? Advance! Fight! Those who do not fight will be charged with treason, and you all know what we do to traitors. You have no choice but to fight. If you lose, we'll be executed. Yeah, so if you speak to each of these two, they'll say the same thing as the person opposite. Right, let's get out of here and let's see whether we can figure out what's going on. So there's quite a number of districts here. There's not too much to do in any of them at the moment. In the forest you can encounter random encounters, so maybe worth going into if you wish. Heard that a tunnel under Castle Saronia goes all the way out to sea. This building here is a great library of Saronia, but it's closed now. Yeah, so there's not a lot we can do. Ancient legends speak of a dragoon defeating a great avian lord single-handedly. This door's tightly shut. You'll find a copy of every book ever written in the Great Library of Saronia. Perfect. Shoot, go away. Library's closed. Oh, not perfect. Yeah, the inn is still open, so if you need to heal or anything, you'll be to go in here. So you can also purchase your items as well. Okay, well, we're not going to go to the southwest just yet. We'll head to the northeast and we'll go southwest because that's how the story segment sort of comes to head. The island towards the southeast is called Duster, home of bars and geomancers. Yeah, so we have visited there. The king doesn't listen to anyone. The last person who tried to advise him was the one through on the spot. Ooh, gosh. Doors tightly shut. No one enters Castle Saronia without the king's permission. So I believe I've heard, I could be incorrect, but I've seen it, Gigameth, the king's aide. His shadow was shaped like a giant bird. It looked like that fiend, Garuda. Right. So I believe this is the largest town in an NES RPG. I could be wrong, but I believe that's the case. And what we want to do is we want to purchase a single wind spear. We will be getting another one for free very shortly, so that's why I've only bought the one. Let's get that equipped. Legend says there's a great knight in Saronia. He's so powerful he's feared by everyone in the world. This one's closed. Saronia once had the greatest military in the world, with airships and dragoons giving them complete air superiority. The king divided Saronia's army into two, making them fight each other. It's not very nice, is it? That one's shut. And again, we've got another inn. Don't know whether there's anybody in here. Don't think so. Got the same old job class person there. Okay, let's go progress the story. We're headed to the southwest district this time. And speak to you. The king doesn't listen to anyone. Oh, I spoke to you before. We've heard the same similar thing. So this house is pretty interesting. Oh, I say pretty interesting, but I'm a researcher of chocobos. I've discovered the means to call the fat chocobo. Here, let me demonstrate. Choco. Yeah, if you need a storage space, feel free to speak to him. You can get with fat chocobo. But through his house is a little passage, and 11 chests, 11 useless chests as well, I might add. Well, maybe not useless, it's full of Gasol greens, but you know, it's not exactly the treasure trove you want. You know, maybe one or two would be nice, but 11, a bit overboard. I mean, I suppose, you know, I'm getting them for free, so I shouldn't moan, but you get pretty excited, right? So, yeah, those all contain Gasol greens. Let me find my way out. Sorry, I'm being thick here. How did I get in? There we go. Okay. Got out of that eventually. I'm actually very impressed. But unimpressed with your treasure. Yeah, that would be somewhat more intense music. That lad who walked into a tavern earlier, he looked very much like the Prince Hair. Saronia is comprised of a castle and 4 outlying districts. Have you visited them all? Got through most of them. Let's just leaves us back down there. Yeah, we'll save the tavern till last. Leads to the exit. We got a few other people we can speak to. All shops have been closed by royal decree. There's one weapon shop that continues to defy the king. Yeah, that's shut. I've seen it, Gigameth, the King's Aid. Yeah, so again, another Garuda tip. I think this is the rival house. But yeah, you go down here. Kind sirs and miss, have you seen a well-clad boy around the age of 10 in this vicinity? Right. So we've heard that the prince may have been seen wandering about. Where in the world is Prince Alus? We've got a name as well. So let's see whether that tavern, hint hint, has anything to do with this mysterious prince. And maybe, just maybe, can progress the plot a little bit. So in we go. Hey, get a load of this. This boy thinks he's the Prince Hair. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I hope you know what the punishment is for impersonating a member of the royal household. Hey, stop that. Hey, stop that. What, you want us to stop and make us? Alright, you'll love. So yeah, I mentioned before that we do get to see some gold knights again. And yeah, it is the... so if you didn't get any gold knights in Goldor's Manor, you're like, oh, where on earth can I find a fixed encounter go knights. Oh, here you go. Look no further. And yeah, pretty straightforward. Really, nothing too much to worry about. Just attack. Obviously, try not to get killed. As I often want to accidentally do. There we go, Solita. Awesome. Especially against those, what was it, the Gargantoads. Please, no more. We yield. Uncle, uncle. Just imagining Uncle from the Jackie Chan adventures now. I'm Alus, son of Gorn, and rightful heir to the throne of Saronia. Thank you for your help, brave ones. It's Alus. What's happening to this country? My father, the king, he suddenly ordered our soldiers to fight amongst themselves. I tried to stop him, but not only did he refuse to listen to me, but he threw me out of the castle. Adventurers, I must ask for your help. I need to get back into the castle and convince my father to cease this nonsense. We're with you, Prince Alus. We'll do our best. I can ask for nothing more than that. Thank you. Awesome. So, here we've got Prince Alus with us. Again, he's only with us for a short amount of time. Yeah, let's see whether he's got anything interesting to say here. This is southwestern Saronia. Here you'll find a tavern and a centre for chocobo research. Tavernier used to see good business in the olden days. Hey, aren't you a little young to be going in there? Don't worry, I'm too young for such vices. Okay. It was a nice scene actually where he spoke with Ark. I was hoping to get that. Yeah, we'll try that again in the next city. But if you take Alus with you and speak to these road men, you get a few little items. Escape the castle, so I could give this to you. So you get a wind sphere. Oh, again, want to pop that on your dragoon. There we go. So that's why we only purchased the one before. And if we speak to our next old man, Prince Alus, here, take this with you, please. The dragon mail. So not a bad little collection at all. And again, we'll conk that on your dragoon. So you're getting a bit of a hint as to what job class might be handy for the next boss. I will just see. I don't think the overall man has anything to give you, but I was just wondering whether maybe add some different dialogue and get across the bridge. I think I just wandered past him before, didn't I? Here he is. That lad who what? Oh, just says the same thing. There we go. Okay, let's go out of here and let's go to the southeastern district. Yeah, the gate's locked, so we can't get out. My father's changed. It's as if some evil spirit has taken a hold of him. There must be a reason for all this. I'm sure he'll explain it to you when we meet him. I'd like to talk to him, but he told me never to return to the castle. We'll get there. Okay, here's the scene. What's up with that? Why is he so eager to help us, Prince? It's probably because someone who's even shorter than him is doing his best to help his country. He does a noble thing. Do not even think of mocking him, Luna. Yeah, so it's kind of nice seeing. I think Ark and the Prince are getting along quite well. Again, there's a Moogle there. If you've missed any letters, feel free to grab them. I hear that Prince Alus was expelled from the castle. You heard correctly. You can also find chocobos here that you can grab and wander about Saronia with. There's not really much need for them, to be honest, but they're there. Saronia will burn itself to the ground if this lasts any longer. I think that's it for... Aha, you. Spears and lances are very effective against flying enemies. Gotcha. Right, okay, well, let's go into this little central tower that we've been ignoring. You're going to climb a dragon's fire. I imagine that place is crawling with monsters. So yeah, there are enemies here, but it's the same enemies you've been encountering. You can actually find these sandworms in here, and as well as the overpasses. And we'll continue on up. Yeah, sorry, it's just having a coffee break during that fight. Moving on up, moving on up. And yeah, Prince Alus can hop in and provide some status ailments. So you might see him pop in randomly. But here we get the Dragon Mail, another Dragon Mail, Dragon Helm, Thunder Spear, Phoenix Down, Dragon Helm, and across the way. Oh, sorry, I should say as well, after getting the last treasure chest on this side of the room, you should get the achievement Nose for Treasure. That's for getting 50% of the treasure chest. So that's one of the 4 missable achievements in this game. There's the half bestiary, half treasure chest, full bestiary, and full treasure chest. Those achievements are missable. If you haven't got the half treasure chest achievement after getting, after clearing out that half of the Spire, then you have missed a chest. But that should help you keep track. Okay, on this side of the room, get Dragon Mail, Phoenix Down, Dragon Helm, Thunder Spear, and a Dragon Helm. Okay, so let's get that started. Now, I think it sort of is indicating that you do need Dragoons. To be honest, I've been alright just having 1 Dragoon. Just making sure that we're all... properly stocked up here. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so let's get out of here. But yeah, if you find this next boss tough, you might want to have 2 Dragoons, or maybe even a party full of Dragoons. I will show off this battle actually, because it's a sandworm, pretty tough to find. So yeah, I'm just doing our usual. I think before I go to the castle, so about ready to head to the castle now, I will clear out the I will go to the inn and just heal up as well. I believe that you do heal between this and the next segment, but I can't be certain, so I think it's just better safe than sorry, right? I think so. And yeah, this is the part where we go on to the boss phase. Okay, so down we go. Let's get out of here. There's another fly. I thought it was free. God. That seemed longer coming down than it did going up, but there we go. Right, so I told you, maybe we can show off a chocobo. Not those. Yeah, I think if you want enemies encounters, just go into a forest. Oh, if you want speed, get in your chocobo. And yeah, definitely no resin in here. Oh. Yeah, I think because it got off on the town, it didn't properly count. Yeah, so if you do need to level up a little bit, feel free to save beforehand. But I think we should be good to go. But yeah, this boss can be a little bit tough. Can be a little bit tough. It is weak to wind. I will say that. So yeah, let's get to a castle. Same same thing. Yeah. Okay. Prince Alus, stand aside and let me through. I can't, sire. You've been branded an exile by the king. What? The king wants to let them through? My apologies, sire. You may go through now. Thank you. Please, rest here for the night. The audience with the king is scheduled for tomorrow. Good night. Yeah, so I believe at this point you do get automatically healed, but I could be wrong. So that's why I went to the inn. Are you asleep? No, not yet. I can't help but wonder, what has happened to my father? Why would he expel his own son? Do you think he doesn't love me anymore? Sire. It does look like he's wearing a cone on his head, though. I'm just imagining like a traffic cone speaking, or is it a VLC program or something? No parent would ever lose their love for their children. Your father must have had a good reason for doing this. Don't worry, I'm sure the king will explain everything come tomorrow. I'm sure. I guess you're right. Let's hope so. Here he is now. Hello. I am the king. I'm not going to harm you. I'm going to murder you. Alus, it's time for you to die. Oh, Father, what are you doing? Yes, what are you doing? Why did you stop? Kill him now. Oh. Father, father. Yeah, I am free of your bonds. How? How did you break my spell? I would rather die than hurt my son. Your plans are foiled. Oh bother. Will you Winnie the Pooh here? There's a bumbly in my tumbly. I'll just skip to the part where I kill you up. That's a good part to skip to. Stand back. We'll take care of this. Okay, let's go. Obviously make sure you're not in auto battle. So with this guy, you've got the hints. The Dragoons are good. Jump. Want to use Blizzaga. We could use Arrow, but I'm just going to do a Cura. A preemptive Cura and so leave so with our Dark Knight. Yeah, this guy has 10,000 HP. Hopefully Luna can get his jump in soon. All being well. There we go, excellent. Yeah, quite a heavy hitter, as you can see. But yeah, the jump should, with 2 wind spears as well, that should do quite a bit significant damage. Hopefully. Oh, poor Ingus. Okay, maybe we should. Yeah, but yeah, there you go, 5k. I mean, we are at full health, so if I get a jump on, and yeah, I think we should be able to do this with Ingus alive, or being well. So, yeah, okay, nice. It's a good order to do things. And hopefully Raffia gets her move in next. least these healed. Let's try that again. Units down. And another cure. We'll do this on the entire party. Just because I think Raffia does need to get healed. Again, fingers crossed. Nice. So now we just have to hope that he doesn't use lightning, or better yet, that Luna comes down. Wow. Poor Ingus. But we got through it. Yeah. It's a shame that Ingus missed out on the experience, so. That's fine. So, again, I could have made it easier if I didn't focus on trying to keep Ingus alive, I reckon. Alus, my son, Gigamith had put a spell on me. I was afraid you would never forgive me for what I had done to you. But you came back. That is what gave me enough strength to break Gigamith's bonds. Alus, the kingdom is yours now. Stop a war and bring peace back to its people. I'm counting on you, son. Father, don't go. I love you, Alus. Oh, I think that kick in the teeth. You have my thanks. If it were not for you, I would have hated my father forever. No, sire, you had never stopped loving your father. Thank you, Ark. I'll take my father's place on the throne and undo what he was made to do against his will. That was his wish. You have my eternal thanks. You have saved Saronia and my father from Gigameth. Well, hail King Alus. You'll make a great king, I'm sure of it. Okay. So, I believe we get all healed up. Nice. Let's go see what Alus is saying. Gigameth's power is darkness itself. Darkness corrupts people's hearts. When you lose hope, darkness comes in to fill the void. King Alus never shows his pain, but he lost his mother when he was young, and now his father. There's a secret passage to a treasure room on the first floor of this tower. With a tomb reaching the world of dream, Noah's loot lies in the silence extreme, in the temple of time, as it would seem. Beneath the sea, under the waves that mourn, is the temple surrounded by the god Scorn, south of Saronia, between two horns. I must not let my father down. Not only must I bring peace to Saronia, but the whole world as well. There's much work to do, and there will be time to mourn later. Please feel free to take anything in Saronia that may help you on your journey. That is the least we can do. Well, thank you for that. So, as I mentioned before, there's quite a lot of items that we can grab here. There's a nice secret passage down here as well. So, yeah, just enjoy this little treasure vault. Medusa arrows, rusty mail, but that's pretty useless. Ice rod, that sort of does Blizzara, got a dragon hammer, got a Mongosh, got a tome of fire, that'll be for your scholars, scholar hat, obviously for the scholar, golem staff, tome of ice, boomerang, Celine bow, and a tome of light. And if you go down, deep and down, and again keep going down, and there is another hidden passage. You get through it, and yeah, this leads to a Gaia vest, Viking mail, Earthen bell, that'll be for your dragon helm, for your geomancer's rusty mail, and a Viking helm. Oopsie daisy. Actually, let's say I get some of that equipped. So we go for the ice rod here, and yeah, that casts Blizzara. Then you can have the golem staff. Yeah, not bad at all. And yeah, we'll just head back. So don't worry guys, that's not the only treasure here. Although the rest of it isn't as good as this little hall, I must admit. But there's also quite a lot that we can purchase here as well. Now that all the shops have opened up. Saronia is the most advanced kingdom in the world, especially when it comes to airship technology. King Alus fought back all by his lonesome to restore peace to Saronia, the kingdom he loves. If you want to learn about the history of the world or legends of its land, go visit the Great Library of Saronia. You will do that. Yeah, that library's pretty handy actually. Lots of interesting little tidbits there. Before he died, the great Major Snow gave fragments of his own power to his three apprentices, Sonde, Doga and Dunan. So I've heard about Doga. He's on the Dalg continent. The only ones who are capable of creating an earthquake of that magnitude are the three wizards of the Dalg continent. The Nautilus's engine should be powerful enough to get you past the wind that guards Dalg through the arrow-shaped promontory. Warriors of the Light, you must now head to the Dalg continent. The Dalg continent? That name sounds familiar. But yeah, there is another hidden passage here. Not too much that we can do at this point, but we should be able to get a couple more items for your collection, so well worth venturing off the beaten path. There's also a guy down here as well. The passage ahead is closed. I hear it used to lead to an underground tunnel in the old days. So yeah, you can get a couple of Phoenix Downs that were wasted on Ingus. Luckily, we will be coming to an end of using Phoenix Downs, so that's good. Not because I'm not going to die anymore, although that would be preferable. But because we'll be getting a revive spell pretty shortly. That comes in very handy indeed. But let's not worry about that for now. So it looks like, is it Lannisters that have the lion in Game of Thrones? It's been a while since I've watched that. Oh, indeed, read it. We are the Saronian engineers, the greatest minds in all the world. We've been expecting you. We've unearthed and restored a fine ship from the ancient ruins. It's called the Nautilus and it's yours to take. Let's go, guys. Wait for me. Sorry, I was going to say I will probably do a reread of A Song of Ice and Fire when we're A Song of Fire and Ice when Winds of Winter gets released. You moved the ship outside the castle. Remember, it's called the Nautilus. It's a fine ship. Its engines should be powerful enough to take you through the wind that protects the Dark Continent. Woo. Yeah, hopefully I can get a bit of reading done after this, actually. The Nautilus was built by a genius engineer in the Saronia of old. Nautilus's speed is unmatched. Can you imagine how much awesomer it would be if it could go underwater? Imagine. The genius engineer's next ambition was a machine to travel underwater. That genius engineer was in flight on an airship when the world was covered in darkness. I wondered what happened to him. I wonder indeed. Okay, let's get out of here. Thank you for saving Saronia. You're welcome. Even though it's the King's will, we have created unnecessary bloodshed. May the heavens forgive us. Right, so we can do a bit of exploring of this place. We will pick up our airship in a little bit. Out to the northwest, there's not really too much that we need to do here. The magic shop just sells the same old rubbish. But the library is a really important part. There we go, gives us a bit of background into Gigamath. Yeah, if you want to purchase any of these spells, they're available for you. So just keep that in mind. You're welcome. Okay, sweet. So in this library, there's a few books that we can read, and it sort of gives you, so yeah, this sort of gives us a little indication as to the Tower of Owen. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I always like this kind of stuff. I'll give you a chance to read it yourself. But yeah, this sort of indicates that Desh was the Owen's son, assuming he was called Owen. The 4 giant statues were burnt. Yeah, so those are the statues to the north of the eastern continent. We need those 4 fangs to get us past. Tells us about crystals. Light is everywhere, overflowing. Again, I do think it's interesting how we do like, yeah, but the sort of light was a thing of destruction. We've got the Nautilus, the Invincible, and the Enterprise. Wheel of Time, that's of course what allows us to fly on our Enterprise airship. The mountains west of Saronia hold a secret to the way of a dark blade, right? Yeah, I think that's the last of the books out for me. So yeah, all in all, pretty interesting. Okay, let's get out of here. So in the southwest district, there's not too much we can do. The armor shop is open, but it doesn't really sell anything that I want or need. I figured these guys will give it a little extra dialogue. He's Chocobo researcher. Yeah, so unfortunately, if you did miss out, yeah, so he's mentioning about Doga. There's nothing in the tavern going on. Yeah, if you did miss out on the items from the men in orange robes, they're gone for good. Yeah, if you try to get to Dalg without the, yeah, again, might be worth purchasing if you need anything there. But yeah, if you try to go to the area before visiting Dalg, sorry, the Dalg continent before visiting here, rather, you couldn't get in because of the winds that blew you away, and I don't think that guy in the Central Island says anything of interest, so, or, you know, not anything worth me going out of my way to, okay, fine, just to satiate my own curiosity that I've just built up for myself. And yeah, I know sometimes when I'm viewing videos and like, oh, they don't say anything interesting. There we go. And yeah, as correct, but you know, maybe people are wondering, oh, I wonder what he's saying. Maybe people wanted to know what Gorm felt of his son, Alus. Okay, to the southeast, I think there's literally nothing more here. Again, Dragon Spire, see, talking about monsters, yep. So again, if you did need to do some leveling up, feel free. It says that pieces come to Saronia. If there's 2 people to the left. Oh, I mean, it did become a battlefield whilst you were here. They were trying to take the secret of the Dark Blade from its masters in the mountains to the west. I think we'll be going there eventually. Oh, I should say this gate is open now, so we can just wander back onto a world map. So, again, if you need to do any bestiary hunting, now's your chance. But yeah, here there are some stores that we can go to. So listen in. Thank you. So let's check this out. Our magic store here. And here we go. So, Fundaga, erase. You certainly want Fundaga. You can probably... erase might be good. and I think all of these are pretty handy. You don't have to purchase them right away, but why not? Right, so go teach that to and dagger. Raise. Erase. I'll probably use erase more than raise, so say that there. And for Lefia, we shall learn Kiraga, Protect, and Raise. So, yeah, Raise is what sort of allows you to revive a party member if they do. I'm just going to sell that mini spell as well. That has been sticking about in my inventory since God knows when. Was it Deshi gave it to us, or might have been a Viking for one? I was hoping for a little bit more. Hey ho. Now, there's nothing that I want in terms of weapons. By everyone in the world. Was it this weapon store that has opened before? No, it wasn't. So I was tempted, like by the rune staff or you know, to get some of these rods. They're not doing too great for cash now, but yeah. That's something for the future perhaps. And down here is another magic store. And yeah, you can get Break, Blazzaga, Shade, your sort of level 4 spells. Okay, great. So we're all done with that. And pretty much all done with the part. So I'm going to do some bestiary hunting. We'll hop on the Nautilus. So yeah, if you're not interested in the bestiary, this ship flies much faster than the Enterprise. You'll be glad to know. Unfortunately, you can't land on water, or the surface of water. So yeah, we're just going to do some bestiary hunting. If you're not interested in it, you know, feel free to join us in the next part. But if you do, if you are, we've got 5 enemies that we want to encounter. We want to check them out on the Dalg continent. So let's get down there. And that's the southwest continent. Not the floating continent though, obviously, but yeah. And can find a few of your enemies around here, so we want to look for the if I can pronounce this right, I can't read my writing, but Simurgh, Harpy, Gargoyle, and Frostfly, and then a Chimera. The Chimeras were very rare. I'll tell you where I found them. So don't worry about the Chimeras on this part of the continent. But here we've got the Frostflies. It's surprise, use their Blazzaga. A bit of attacking. Check out our new Fundaga spell. And there we go. Let's get a Soul Eater on. So yeah, as I say, at this point, we can't encounter any other sea monsters. I know I've sort of hammered this point to death, but if you have missed any, and if you are interested in getting that bestiary completed, you know, reload an earlier save, here we go, with our Simurgh enemies. So let's get them defeated. Again, sort of similar to the Rust Birds, really. If you did ever want any more Phoenix down, say you are running low, and you can't afford raise, or you haven't got a white mage in your party or anybody capable of using raise. Maybe you don't get a no magic challenge one. Who knows? I'm guessing that'd be pretty impossible, wouldn't it? Yeah, you can see how well our Dragoon's doing here as well. Yeah, so feel free to use your thief to. No, that's fair enough. Feel free to use your thief to steal Phoenix Downs from Rustbirds in Dragon Peak on the floating continent. Okay, so we've got those. I'm actually going to go down to the sort of southern tip now, because this is where I find it easier to find the gargoyles and stuff. Let's get off here. Getting blown away a bit. I do need your. There we go. Yeah. Nautilus to get past that. If I were to wander up. No, I'm not going to see whether we can get soft locked. I was just wondering if I were to wander to that. No, surely I get blown back towards the Nautilus. Okay, great. Here's the Harpies. Again, our wind spheres should be doing some pretty good damage against it. Arrows should be good. So, hopefully the Dragoon does get a little shot in first. Let's see. Yes. At least he got a bit of his health back from. Here we are. Perfect. Again, we'll use a Blizzaga. We'll get a cure going, because I think Genghis does need to get his health up a bit. Nice 4k from Luna, not bad at all. Yeah, you can see that the HP is taking a little while to whittle down at this point. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of HP. That's what I mean to say. That's sweet. I think to the right is a dead end. To the left, we can have a bit of a sneak peek. Is where we're going to be heading to next part. We'll get back on our ship actually. Yeah, so this is a sneak peek. We'll be heading here. Now, the Chimeras. Oh, you can get a few encounters in the sky as well whilst you're here. Yes, you can show this off. The Chimeras can appear in the sky as well. Just using arrow. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. It do seem to take a while to appear, these sky encounters, so you're not going to be running into too many of them here, but something to keep in mind. Yeah, hopefully these attacks should finish him off. A nice 4k there. So not bad at all. Sweet. And yeah, we'll just show off where I found the Chimeras. Which was specifically in this little wooded area here. So I'll run around and I'll catch you when I find them. Here we go. Awesome. So it only took me 3 battles there, so not too long. But yeah, this is just the place where I found him most commonly. I couldn't find him on the grasslands at all, so I'm not sure whether I was getting unlucky or perhaps they don't appear on the grasslands. But yeah, this little forest is it seems to work for me. There we go. Again, just as the Zarga should do. They can hit pretty hard. Sweet. Again, nice chunk of experience, nice bit of gil. Right, so yeah, we'll call it here. When I next start, we'll start outside Saronia Kingdom for the benefit of those who haven't joined us for this portion of the video. But if you have watched so far, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time, and hope you all have a yeah, wonderful rest of your day. Alright, cheers, guys. Bye.